Hi folks. So I got some feedback that the sound quality on my previous videos wasn't that great, so I've got some new recording software and equipment, so I'm just testing that out. So this one is just really going to be more about sound quality and maybe reading tone than anything else, so it's not got much video with it. It's just a little poem that I've adapted from something that I wrote quite a long time ago. So let's just see how that goes.
This poem is called Cimmeria. Cimmeria. Quiet strands of whispers travelled the upper layers, all hidden in the lightless halls of stones with remote concealed oubliettes and gargoyled stairs that plunged to the stranger depths and older bones. Whilst above, outside, below the dwindling sun passing through the flame-topped towers of silence, a novice had begun his proving run, from his ancient hooded fathers and their incense that smelt of myrrh and deep red wine. He reached a skull's carved portal, clenched his teeth, tore back the convolvulus and wild vine, and entered in beneath. All noiseless now except the dribbling damp within the forbidding, unknown halls, inconstant shadows cast by his spluttering lamp, thrown twisting on the tombstone walls. But he must descend much farther yet, to where the air is hard to take, and the walls with runes are set beyond dead Golgotha lake, to fetch a rune and show his worth. So after a moment's pause the novice forged on, onward down the many ramps and steps under the earth, where very few that lived had gone, where torturous time hardly passes, through endless insidious passages, and every mired trough, through the corridors of canopic vases, down the wells that lead to dread Golgoth. But in the engulfing blackness something glistened, an indigenous underdweller, that from between the tufa-covered coffins tracked and listened, hearing all in every cave and cellar. There were those often fatal gapes, those wells, with their handholds slick and age-worn, in those catacombs and cavern hells. Down one cragged hole the novice went, as he had sworn, with white fingers and breath short drawn, each uncertain footing too dark to find. With his feeble lamp belt borne, fear played tricks upon his mind, pain almost outdistanced on his many-fathomed climb, then plunged to waste in cold. Now in the lake's shallows the waters splashed and rolled, the lamp's flame was lost. Fumbling for his tinderbox he took the flint and struck it. What he saw in that brief flash pierced his heart with frost. Grey, rutted, leathery skin, engrained with muck and grit, interlocking pointed yellow teeth and yellow eyes, foul, bald, naked but for a tarnished silver headband. The spark was gone, but lushing out in shock he caught the beast by surprise, smashed the lamp against it, struggling, blind, by luck found its throat to hand. Stunned, tremulous, darkling, is this where it dies? No, the good novice let it go. It rippled back to the deeps, where it dwells and defies all brightness, every foreign glow, back to the diorite-built sub-lake cities, alien places with their once grand avenues, vistas, and viaducts, now the silted brood-place of the grey and furrowed faces, their rocky hide-line nest the only new constructs. Meanwhile, the struggle had lost the lantern to great Golgoth's bed. The way was lost, the hour was late. Reaching for the well above, found only the cave roof there instead. Unhoped and desperate, the novice stumbled forward within the abyss, perhaps to find the rune crypt, there to pass away, go in honour to eternal bliss, where the light is stronger than any mortal day. Unseen clefts were many in that massive freezing pool. His foot-felt path grew harder as his legs numbed, and he lost his purchase in the cruel savage wet, was nearly overcome when again stark real terror came. Beclawed, elongated digits clutched his legs, his wrists, writhing vileness, twisting, gasping in those few seconds, half insane, slowly veiled, shrouded thoughts, then unconsciousness. The bottom of the clouds lit first, high beyond the smouldering towers. Dawn broke brilliant, vanning colours burst, and the patriarchs proceeded in these newborn hours, breaking through the rocks and bindweed, praying for one unreturned, prayers that his soul be freed, subterranea spurned. Then something lay asleep ahead, where the wild thorn alley led, alive, breathing their brother sleeps, with rune in hand and silver chain upon his head, saved, not slain by the creature of the deeps. Meanwhile, in the pit dimension, his aqueous domain, that pit thing smelt for silver, for another crowning chain. The end. So yes, just testing noise levels on that one really. I might read a bit of prose next, just because that's probably a little bit easier to read. In the meantime, any comments back gratefully received, and I'll see you next time.